Afternoon, Commissioners. I'd like to call the Tuesday, May 14th, 2024 Finance Audit Budget Committee to order. First item is Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next item is adoption of agenda. I need a motion to adopt.
Adopt the agenda.
Support Zinner.
Moved by Romano, supported by Zinner. Any changes to the agenda? Seeing none, please vote.
Commissioner Romano, did your vote prompt?
Yes.
There it is. Motion passes 12-0.
Okay, next item is approval of minutes for the Joint Finance Audit, Budget, and Records and Public Safety Committee minutes dated April 17th, 2024. Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Van Sickle.
Moved by Van Sickle, supported by Grote. Any changes to the minutes? Seeing none, please vote. Hopefully we're not going to have any technical problems today.
Hey, cut people's sleeves. It just reset. I can reprompt it if you want to try.
Let's go. There we go.
Please.
Commissioner Lucido, yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 12-0.
Okay, next is public participation. This is the first opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on an item which is on today's agenda. There'll also be a second opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak on any issue. Would anyone from the public like to speak? Agenda items only. Once, twice. We'll close public participation. Next is presentations. The Treasurer's Office 2024 first quarterly report. I need a motion to receive and file.
So move, Perna.
Support Wallace.
Perna, supported by Wallace. Christina, good afternoon. Oh, Christina, we know you're going to do this, so we have about 25 questions and a list going here.
That's great.
Don't get mad, Luke.
I'll ask one question. Any changes to the previous report?
No, there isn't really any changes. We still have the same depository resolution and whatnot, so. And our spread of CDs, government pools, and treasuries are very similar.
Necessary.
Okay. Seeing no questions, please vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Department recommendations. 7A, agreement with SRI Inc. Land Sale Internet Auction Services for $400,000. I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
So move Wallace. Support Nard.
Moved by Wallace, supported by Nard. Page or Skip? Or both of you? Good afternoon.
So this is for our auction as well as our mailing contract services. We are required under the law to send out various notices to inform them of their delinquent tax bill, as well as the foreclosure and all of the important hearing dates. So that includes that. It's also the same company for our auction services. So it's been bundled into one contract.
Great. Any questions? Commissioner Brown?
Well, when did the release of all the properties? I know we see in the paper from time to time the list of all the properties being going for auction. When did they receive the auction notice?
So
The properties available that.
Yeah, we published the list in the Macomb Daily. Typically that will happen, the terms of the auction, we published the list of properties that are facing foreclosure in December. That's the December publication. And then we also advertise the auction. That's in typically 30 days before our auction. We also post what properties are going to go to auction to our website. And that's typically in July.
Do do these people, does these notices, these people receiving these notices, would they get advance notice ahead of the public on when the properties are coming due? Or
No,
they
they
have
don't
to
really
jump
get
on that?
advance notice. They get a list of the properties that we'll be mailing. That's what we're talking about, the auction, the notice. This isn't necessarily the auction and the properties going to auction. This is all the parties of interest that we're serving. So we conduct a title search, which is the subject of another matter that's up here. Everyone that's identified in that title search, we then send out mailed notices to. So I upload that data to this company, for example, and then they generate the notices and mail those out.
Are we above or below the last year's numbers in terms of potential properties going to auction?
How many properties going to auction this year?
Yeah.
So right now we have about, I would say we're at around 100 properties that are still in our foreclosure that don't have payment agreements.
How does that compare to last year? I guess what's the trend out there?
It's pretty on par with last year, so right around the same numbers. So we're kind of flatlining a little bit.
Okay, so it's not getting worse, not getting better.
Not yet, but my half ended this year, so it'll potentially start getting worse, unfortunately.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Paige, you said that the contract is a combination, and we've used them in the past. Is that right?
Sorry, wasn't trying to interrupt.
No.
We used this company, SRI, for our auction piece before. They do our online auctions. They have now branched into doing this service of process. And so this would be the first time that we use them for the mailing services.
Okay. So are we kind of like bundling services, getting hopefully a better price by using
Them for both, yes.
Great. Okay. Seeing no other questions on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is 7B. This is agreement with Colonial Title Company. This is for title examination fees, for title reversion process for $475,000. I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
Perna, support.
Support, Nard.
Okay, a motion was made by Commissioner Perna, supported by Nard. Skip, I think you're talking about this one?
Sure, yeah. This is for title work so that we can proceed with the necessary foreclosure process. Without this component of legal services, which are required, we're not able to move forward because we don't know who the parties of interest in the ownership of properties are. So this allows us to know who gets the necessary notice and, if necessary, who gets service of process. Our hope always is that we can work out a resolution. If not, it goes to foreclosure. Then we want to make sure that we're able to convey title clean, at least to our knowledge, based on the title work. This particular company's been used before. They're very good. We did have a number of bidders. This was the lowest qualified bidder. And although we'd like to have more than one company at this point in time, the treasurer's decision that based on the pricing that was bid in the sealed bid process, we'll just go with the one bidder.
Okay. Commissioner Perna.
Question, Skip, is this something that can't be done in-house?
If you would care to increase corporation counsel to handle 3,000 title searches, yes.
Well, we're
But I
giving
don't think
away,
that's I don't think that's a practical solution.
really, because
We can't handle the volume.
it's costing $500,000.
We get that back.
You get that all back.
Yeah.
So in-house, if we did it in-house, we wouldn't get that back.
No, you'd still get it back, but you wouldn't be able to charge back against the full cost of the employee.
Okay, I'll take your word on that. Okay, thank you.
That's my best guess. I didn't do the calculation, but I've got some rough numbers in my head.
All right.
Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you, Chair. You might have just touched on part of my question. Are the fees for the title searches put back against the various properties so that if they're paid off or whatever?
Yeah, when the
That's
properties
included.
are sold, we recover the money. Is that your question?
Yeah, so we might recoup some of this.
Typically, we recoup all of it.
Okay, good deal. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no other questions, are we going to try and vote again, Adriana?
Well, we like your voice.
Okay, Commissioner. All those in favor, please signify by
Aye.
saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Skip. All right, next is item C, Resolution 2024-1200. This is a resolution authorizing the City of St. Clair Shores to collect the 2024 winter tax levy on the 2024 summer tax bill for all parcels with a total tax bill of $100 or less. Need a motion to recommend this to full board.
I'll move. Support.
Moved by Zinner, supported by Lucido. Skip?
This is the City of St. Clair Shores electing to take under $100 tax bills and send them from the summer tax bill to the winter tax bill. If they're not paid, then the county collects them.
Commissioner Hall.
About it. Typical resolution.
Hi, Skip. Has the City of St. Clair Shores requested
Yes,
to do this?
they do a resolution requesting it, and then it requires a recommendation from the treasurer to the board. The board accepts it, and then we just process those smaller tax bills for them with the larger winter tax bill.
And that's the ones that are 100 or less.
Under 100, I believe, yeah. It might be 100 or less. I have to look at it again.
There can't be a whole lot of those, I would guess.
$100 or less.
Thanks. That's all I have, Chair. Thanks, Skip.
Sure thing.
Commissioner Zinner?
I was going to say, we did this last year too. I was at the meeting when they proposed this, at the Shores meeting. And it just becomes a time, there's just a lot of backlog, and it just becomes cumbersome. And then there's problems, and that's why I think they decided to do this.
Thank you, Mark.
Seeing no other questions, everyone, please vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Look what came up.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Adriana, put that in place.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Everyone have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks, Kip. All right, next is item D. This is purchase of military service time for Kevin Gillespie for 3 months. I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
Support.
By Wallace, supported by Romano. I think Steve's here. This is pretty much a straightforward item. No, any questions? I don't see any questions. All right, please vote.
Here it comes.
Aye.
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 All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, next is items 7E through G. This is a purchase of, let's see here, we've got vehicles 2024 GMC Acadias for the Office of Senior Services, one Chevrolet Blazer for the Macomb Auto Theft Squad, and one Ford Expedition and one Ford F-150 for the Macomb Auto Theft Squad. So I need a motion to recommend all three of these items to full
So
board.
move.
Support, Nard.
Moved by Haas, supported by Nard. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, everybody. The first one is the purchase of 2 Acadias for the Office of Senior Services. This is purchased with grant dollars. We tried to use them last year. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any vehicles in, so they were able to roll them into this year, and we now acquired these vehicles. So again, those are paid with the grant dollars for the Office of Senior Services. They're in addition to their fleet because they're expanding their services. The next 2 are for the Macomb Auto Theft Squad for the Sheriff's Office. Those 2 are purchased with the money allocated for their vehicle fund. That is the Chevrolet Blazer is $43,884. The Expedition and the F-150 total $121,774. And those will replace vehicles that are already in their fleet, and those vehicles that they're replacing will go to auction.
Okay, Commissioner Hall.
Thank you, Chair. Is the Chevy Blazer, does it have miles on it already?
No, they're all
I
brand new.
can tell you, having just bought one, that's one good price.
Yeah,
Really good price.
yeah.
That's all I have, Chair.
Okay. Seeing no other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, next is
Bless you.
H. This is fiscal year 2025 Budget review schedule. I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
So moved by Nard.
Moved by Nard, supported by Grote. Commissioners, this is just the schedule. Trying to get there on my screen, but.
We just doing the first one, right?
While you're looking as Chair of Finance, is this your schedule?
This would be the Finance, Audit, and Budget Committee schedule. These would be for all of our budget, for the budget process, so you can see each department has a designated date and time for them. So similar to previous years and how we've done it. This would be the schedule that we would be passing today. These departments will be notified, if they haven't already been notified, of when their budget review date will be.
Are you voting yes on this schedule?
I'm voting yes.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Jesus.
Okay, want to try it again, Adriana? Here we go. All right.
No. Yours come up? Nope.
I'll call your names if you'd like to voice vote. Commissioner Haw,
Yes.
Chair Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Nard. Yes. And Commissioner Wallace. Yes. Motion passes 12-0.
Okay. All right, next is item I. This is the budget review supplemental worksheet. This is the worksheet that each department gets prior to them coming to their scheduled time. So I need a motion to recommend this to full board.
So move, Wallace. Support, Nard.
Moved by Walls, supported by Nard. Any questions on this? This is similar to the previous schedule. Cal, are there any updates on this? Just some tweaks, I believe.
I believe the only change was we had a 5-year goal portion, and we changed that to 3-year goal because it more closely matches other timelines within the supplemental sheet.
Okay. Any questions?
Chair, on the one we just passed, was that about like it was last year with the,
The schedule?
yes,
Yes.
good, that worked out pretty good, thanks. I figured it was.
Any other questions? Okay, please vote.
Yes.
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 Yes, yes, yes.
Motion passes 12-0.
Worked for some of us.
Poor Brianna, she just looked at
All right, next is correspondence. I'll need a motion to receive and file items 8A through 8C.
So move, Wallace. Support.
Moved by Walls, supported by Lucido. Those items are a letter to the BOC from the State Tax Commission, the City of Sterling Heights, notice of public hearing to consider an application for an industrial facilities exemption certificate, and open bids as of May 14th, 2024. Any questions on correspondence? Seeing none, please vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passes 12-0.
Got a nice harmony here.
Well, let's just see if it works for you. Commissioner Lucido feels left out. All right, next is public participation. This is the second opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes, on any issue. You see one person in the audience who's not moving towards the podium, so we will close public participation. Commissioner comments? Trying to get there on my screen, but. Commissioner comments, anyone like to speak?
I have something.
Commissioner Zern?
I believe Police Week is this week, and we love our police agencies. What would we do without them? And fire and the others. And I would just ask everyone to consider praying for them, and I'm sure you do, and supporting them as much as you can. Also, we received a letter, I didn't open mine yet. People are saying that's from Michael Butts, and if nobody's ever listened to him, You have no idea what he says, and I'll explain. I've heard him several times, but I've been at 2 board meetings, one in the Shores and one in Harrison Township, and he was designated, as everyone is, for a certain amount of time to speak. Each area never stopped him from speaking, and he spoke each time for quite a long time past the time he was designated to stop. Nobody ever stopped him. He stopped when he was done, and then each board had questions for him, or he had something, and he stopped when he stopped. I think that says a lot, because both of those boards are really quite precise in their time periods. And he has facts and statements and information that is very, very interesting, and more than interesting, he can prove and show what he has to say. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commissioners like to speak? Okay. Need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Made by Romano, supported by Wallace. Please vote.
You're gonna get this. Wait,
Thanks,
this is
everybody.
tomorrow,
Have a
just
great day. We'll
advertising.
see you all tomorrow.